We head west to a city in the U.S. desert that sometimes gets overlooked, but it shouldn't.
And we find a great hotel off the beaten path in Southern California with a lot of history.
We'll bring you to the city of brotherly love, where a celebrity chef takes some freedoms with sushi.
And we go golfing with the Donald, sort of. Well, it's not the most distinctive skyline. In other words, you're not going to see the skyline and go, oh, I know exactly where we are. I mean, you can tell you're in the western part of the United States.
Sure, yeah, it's very sunny, palm trees, so it's pretty easy to figure it out that we're in the west. And it's not the most distinctive skyline, although it is a pretty skyline.
Yeah, and a very distinctive city at the same time, too. So it's,
Oh, yeah.
It's certainly not Salt Lake City. It's not Vegas because you can't see the casinos. It's certainly not Palm Springs, a little bit more built up than a Palm Springs is. If you said Tucson would be a really good guess because it's really close to here.
Sure, exactly. So we're in Phoenix.
Welcome to Phoenix. And we're here in Phoenix because we were here doing some work, but what was really interesting, the booking travel engine that we use got us this incredible hotel here in Phoenix.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so cool. It's this retro throwback to the 70s. I mean, it's got the coolest pool with this big, wall of water on one side and these cute little pods and just couches, and it's very clubby. They come and they serve you drinks. I mean, they're awesome. And then it's got really cool boutique-y kind of rooms with little touches that you don't normally find, like a Keurig. It's a Keurig machine in every room, which I love. I think that's a great touch.
Well, what was cool is, of course, that Keurig was so big in the 70s, so of course you had to have it into their room there. You mentioned about the pool. They created a big jacuzzi there. So for a lot of people who are just going to come and relax, and you don't have to sit with 2 or 3 other people, you can sit with more people, or you can have a lot more room while you're in the jacuzzi. I think the colors,
absolutely.
the color, the orange you have, they have a lot of that, the green there.
Mm-hmm. Aquas, yeah. And I mean, just go back to the jacuzzi for a second. I mean, you could literally fit, I would say 40 people maybe. And there's great food here too. So I mean, we just in this hotel alone, they've got this really cool Mexican restaurant. It kind of borders on Mexican/Spanish. And we've enjoyed a couple of meals there. So we found this hotel through this really cool booking engine that we found that gets us amazing deals and discounts on hotels across the country, across the world, really. And we've been making some great savings and getting some great savings. But we found this on there. And I mean, it was a great find as well as being a great deal. I think the rooms we booked were about $120, and on other engines it was about $146, $156. So again, another good deal, but just a really cool find that, I wouldn't have found this hotel, I don't think, if I was just looking. I would have booked probably, the regular, standard, hotel that we usually stay at.
And you got a chance to take a look at it, and you kind of looked and go, this is actually kind of cool. Maybe it's something, rather than doing, the typical chain, let's go do something a little different. Mm-hmm. And it certainly seemed to live up to what it said it was going to be.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because the booking engine not only does it have great deals, it also gives you little areas where it shows the map and the location, it shows you a lot of photos, it shows you the amenities, and it gives reviews from other people that have stayed there. They can rate it. So it does a lot of extra things too,
And as we always say, it's a travel club, so you're going to be paying on a monthly basis. You're going to be getting prices at cost, as opposed to the other engines online that are just giving you stuff that's left over and that nobody wants, and then they mark it up. This is stuff that you would want, you can actually use. And we talk about 20 to 40%. I mean, we got, I guess it was around 20% savings that we got. Sometimes it's been up to 60%. So it just varies. And what we always tell people is, if you do travel a fair amount, in other words, if you're going to take at least 2 or 3 trips a year, this pays for itself and more. But I mean, think about that. I mean, it was about $20 a night in savings. So on each of our 2 rooms, that's $40 a night. Well, I mean, if you're here for 3 days, that's $120. Well, that's a good dinner somewhere, or 2 good dinners possibly.
Yeah, no, and it adds up, and then what you're able to do is take that money and, just like you said, spend it on other things like dining, recreation, go to the theater, go play a round of golf, anything else that you want to do that you might not have the money to do. Now you're saving it so you can go spend it. And if you get a chance, come and check it out and stay at the Clarendon Hotel. It's awesome, and get a deal on the booking engine too.
So we took you to that retro, cool, chic hotel in Phoenix. What's next?
Okay, well, how about this hotel in Orange County with a 21st century elevator?
So we're working in Anaheim at the Marriott Hotel and Convention Center, where families wait in long lines for a ride to see Mickey and Minnie. But inside the hotel, you don't need to wait for a lift. Get a load of this elevator pitch. This is during the morning rush hour. Usually elevators in high-rise hotels are akin to riding the local subway, not the express. But notice that this woman has to only endure me on one stop before she checks out quickly. How do they do it? Well, in the hallway, you punch in the floor you want to go to. Then the computer screen tells you which elevator to take. So here I want to go to the 18th floor concierge room. Notice that the elevator chosen for me has only one other stop on floor 10. Notice also there are no buttons to push inside the elevator. So if you have your hands full of kids, suitcases, or briefcases, you have no worries about missing the floor. The only thing that throws you off is that you are there quicker than expected. Within no time, I am at the concierge room having my breakfast and looking out over Uncle Walt's kingdom. Now, I want to go to the pool. The best way is to get off on the second floor. The system directs me to the right elevator with less traffic, not going to the lobby, so I won't annoy folks who want to check out quickly while getting me to the jacuzzi. The hotel staff loves it. A bellman can soon punch in a code and deliver a load of bags for one family directly to the floor without bothering other guests trying to cram into the same elevator. So no more awkward moments in a crowded elevator or missing your floor. Cool technology, allowing for fewer ups and downs.
All right, so we have another lift for you.
How about a wine that you can only get at one hotel chain?
Welcome back. Of course, we are big Chardonnay fans, and we love the big oak and the butter.
Absolutely, yeah, but we found one that you can only get at one hotel chain.
So we're in Atlanta at the Hyatt Regency. What's interesting is we're not staying at the Hyatt Regency, but we go there because of one reason.
Exactly. And we had this before. Here it is, the Canvas Chardonnay. Now this is a Chardonnay, actually a wine, because they do have Merlot and Cab as well, that is made specifically for the Hyatt. You can only get it at the Hyatt or online at canvaswines.com.
And it was done by the Mondavi family.
Exactly, yeah. Michael Mondavi, who is one of the sons, he actually left and he started Canvas as his own brand and winery.
And we were in Cleveland at a Hyatt, and this is where we discovered it, and we were like, wow, this is a great one. In fact, you and I said that this could be in our top 10 of Chardonnays.
Yeah, most definitely. It's beautiful. It really goes almost with any food. We had it with a spicy nacho. We had it with some meat and cheese. And we also had it with a steak stew and a salad. It kind of went with everything.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a buttery taste and got some citrus in it, but yeah, it was absolutely lovely.
And we tasted a flavor of apple in it too, which we enjoyed a lot.
So there you have it, the Canvas Chardonnay. You can only get it at the Hyatts, but you can get it online. You can actually have it mailed to your house if you really would like some. All right, so the Canvas wine is great. So, but
So yummy.
what is it about it? Because I remember as a kid, this is a Mondavi wine, and when I was a kid, it was kind of like the cheap table wine. It's changed.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, I'm sure a lot of people are thinking that way, but Mondavi Winery actually produces a lot of high-end wines, middle wines, and lower-end wines. So there's something for everyone in there for your pocketbook. And really, the Canvas wine that we had is from Michael Mondavi, who he loves art, so that's why he called it Canvas. And he's created this wine just for Hyatt, which is what's so cool about it. But Mondavi Wineries actually produce one of the top wines in the world, critically acclaimed, called Opus. So, they do a lot of other things other than just what you're known for as cheap table wine.
Yeah, and we have been known to stop in at a Hyatt just to get a glass of Canvas.
Oh, absolutely,
It's
for
that
sure.
good. It is that
good,
Yeah.
seriously.
All right, let's take you to two other cities to get some more great food. First, let's go to Canton, Ohio, to a restaurant called Table 6.
So we're getting the skinny on Table 6 in North Canton.
Now these folks remind us of our glamorous past. Think we tailed them once. Not sure though.
However, we have our operative here. His name is Joey.
Why Joey? That's his name. Cool kid. Heading to La La Land to embed among the starlets for us.
Before he does, he starts us off with some veggie gammon.
Here we have our roasted Brussels sprouts, which are oven roasted with a little salt and pepper and olive oil. Then they are tossed in a sauté pan with a little compound mustard butter, as well as some toasted walnuts, served in our little bowl here for sharing.
Next, some buffalo heat.
Here we are enjoying a nice bowl of our buffalo cauliflower, oven roasted with a little olive oil, salt and pepper, tossed in a mild buffalo sauce with an aerated blue cheese on the side and celery sticks.
Then he hits us with the carb and crustacean load.
This is our decadent mac and cheese comprised of penne pasta, 3 cheeses in our cheese sauce, Gouda, cheddar, and goat cheese, topped with poached lobster, drizzled with white truffle oil, and topped with crispy onion straws.
Chasing it all with Sonoma-Cutrer chard, 3 dishes for interrogating palates.
All at table 6. It's known as a tapas spot. Plenty of good talk and sharing. Nice digs. Not far from Football Hall of Fame.
Then we went to Philly and found a restaurant that had absolutely nothing to do with cheesesteak.
That's right, or cheesecake. And this celebrity chef does a twist on sushi. You're gonna love it. Wait till you see it. So we did some surveillance on Morimoto. The Iron Chef temporarily skipped Philly for his other worldwide ops. We wanted to see what he left. Nice digs. Colors change all the time.
Does he really have the chops, though, beyond this facade? Rumors say he demands only the freshest goods. Since he was AWOL, we dove in. Our target, this toro tartare, as explained by our embedded operative.
So it's fatty tuna. It's mixed with fresh and crispy shallots, chives, garlic, topped with acetra caviar. Sits in a soy dashi and mirin broth. Chef recommends you place a little wasabi on the spoon. Enjoy all the components of the dish together. And then afterwards on the side is yamamoma, Japanese mountain peach to cleanse your palate. And it is pitted fruit, so be careful. Edible orchid on the side as well. Enjoy.
We did. No need to search for the boss. He's there in spirit. Morimoto in Philly.
And that sushi, that was like art.
Oh, absolutely. And it's right near the Liberty Bell, too. You can check that out at the same time. And when we come back, we are heading back out west.
All right, so we sent you to Philly, to a city loaded with history and the birth of the United States.
And next, we are headed out west to a hotel with history that is presidential, as well as great views and food.
We are in Riverside, California. We're at the Mission Inn and Spa. What a great spot.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the oldest landmarks in California, built in 1902. And what a fabulous place. It really is beautiful. You feel like you're in a little city in Mexico, and the staff here was amazing.
And of course, the drink and the food was spectacular. We ended up in the presidential lounge. You have to go there. One of the things that we ended up doing was having a number of margaritas. Of course, it was really hot there. And margaritas were, well, they were plentiful.
They have the perfect margarita, the Cadillac margarita, and those both kind of traditional style margaritas, as you'd normally know. And then we also had a fun other margarita called a raspberry margarita, and it was raspberry puree, delicious.
And this is what we're talking about as far as the presidents had their different drinks there, all the way down to Teddy Roosevelt, who visited in 1903 just as it opened. And plenty of Hollywood stars have been there too.
Yeah, they have drinks for Clark Gable, Harry Houdini has the handcuff martini, Ginger Rogers, Robert Redford, you name it, they've got a cocktail. Then we also had these mini shrimp ceviche tacos. Oh, what a fantastic idea.
Yeah, they were great. And you can go to another bar called 54 Degrees. You can get a lot of different wines. You can taste a lot of different wines by the glass, so you can experiment there. But they have a lot of tapas as well.
And we had this burrata with grilled peaches. That was very yummy. We also had flank steak with fingerling potatoes, seasoned perfectly.
We went to Dwayne's Steakhouse, and this was our steak Diane. How good was it? Well, it was so good because this is what it looked like after. All gone. Very, very good.
And we also had a wonderful salad there, very healthy and delicious. As you can see, the greens, and it had a warm bacon dressing, which was fabulous.
That was really good. Omelets in the morning were fabulous there. You could get them cooked to order exactly what you want. We actually had some chorizo in there.
And here you have the pool right behind there. Tucked away is a beautiful spa. If you want to go and relax and have some massages and detox, it's perfect for that.
And it's actually easy to get there. You can fly into Ontario Airport, and we found some great deals.
We did. We found some amazing deals. We stayed there on a Friday night for $123.
It's busy all year round, but really Christmas is the time that it's at its busiest. You can see here, fabulous lights. It's really a show a lot of people want to go to.
And as I mentioned, we did stay here for $123 on a Friday night, and we did that through our discount engine, and that's what we're trying to do here at Jetsetter Deals, is bring savings to you through innovative technology products. So whether you love him or you hate him, Donald Trump creates a lot of controversy.
But he knows how to build a great golf resort, as I found out, in the Charlotte, North Carolina area.
You may not vote for him, but golf nuts will vote for Trump National Charlotte. This is on my top 10 list. It feels like Pebble. Now, granted, Lake Norman is not the Monterey Peninsula, but the views are pretty classic here, with 14 holes on the water. And the village here, it reminds you of Pebble as well. I played here with the Dan Jansen Celebrity Golf Classic, and Dan's wife, Karen, an LPGA professional and a member here, gave me the lowdown, and she says the Donald does show up.
Trump actually come out here?
You know, he does quite a bit. His son Eric actually runs the golf properties, but Donald's out here quite a bit. My husband Dan Jansen's played golf with him quite a few times. Last year on Valentine's Day, we actually had lunch with Donald Trump. So he's quite involved with everything here.
A pretty good guy?
I think so. I mean, he's always been great to me. You know, he's been a friend of the LPGA for many years. He sponsored a lot of our events. So, you know, I'm a big fan of Donald Trump.
All right. Talk about the course, because I'm going to be playing it for the first time.
Yeah.
So folks who haven't been out here or who may be out here at some point, what do they expect? Give us kind of a panorama.
Well, you know, we're located on Lake Norman, and if you know Lake Norman, it's a huge lake, and it actually has lots of little fingers. There's 500 miles of coastline, so there's lots of little coves. So actually 14 out of the 18 holes, you can either see the lake or on the lake. So it kind of meanders through the neighborhood. Greg Norman designed, so he's very generous with the driving area. And then the greens have a lot of undulation. He's used a lot of the lay of the land, so there's lots of hills, lots of side hill lies. You're never going to have a flat lie here. You're always going to be like uphill, downhill. So you have to know how to play those kind of shots. We just redid the greens about 2 years ago, so they're in great condition. They're very fast, so you want to keep your ball below the hole.
Okay, so you're a teaching PGA pro. What's the one tip you give people when they come out here?
You know, I would say use one more club. Like if it says 150, I would use a 160 club, because a lot of the greens are elevated and that adds distance. So it's better to make sure you get on the green.
Karen nailed it, especially the greens. True, fast, subtle, and fun. Now, my group with former NFL player Harold Green had this makeable birdie putt that we missed 5 times before teammate Tim Apple finally made it. Then he explained the toughness and the beauty of the greens as only he can.
Are the greens tough, or are you just a tougher putter?
I'm a tougher putter, obviously. That's no slight on the integrity of this course, of course. And a horse is a horse, of course. I forgot what I was saying. I have good days and bad.
But talk about the greens. The greens are pretty good here.
The greens are awesome. They're better than the carpeting in my home. I'd like the greenskeeper to come by and remodel my house, possibly, because I don't have anything this nice.
He's right about the luxury. Here's an on-course bathroom. Yup, that is marble and gold fixtures. And Karen agrees with Tim.
And at first I'm like, what a waste of money. Well, now when I go to other golf courses and I go into the bathrooms, I'm like, oh, this place is pretty shabby. So you get kind of used to the marble and the gold fixtures and his touch.
Great touches, great track. But it is private, so you'll need a member to get you on. Or maybe vote for the owner in November of 2016.
Really, as good as Pebble Beach.
Well, it certainly had the feel of Pebble Beach. It's not the Monterey Peninsula, but if you're there playing golf, you're not complaining. It's a great place to go play golf, and it does have the feel of the Monterey Peninsula. You might not feel it because you have been in the Bay Area, But still, I would tell people don't ever miss a chance to go play that course.
Well, sounds fabulous. So you got to check it out when you're there. And with that, we are wrapping another show. See you next time. Cheers.
Cheers.